This question is from Dhanappa, Karnataka, and also with S.N. Bhaduri, Pune, and Ramakrishna Trichy. So they ask, what is the Bhagavad Gita? Can you describe Gita in brief? What is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita? Also, what is the secret of chanting 16 mala daily? Thank you, Guruji.
Bhagavad Gita, the literal meaning of Bhagavad Gita is the song of God. Gita means it is song. Bhagavad means God. So Bhagavan, God. So Bhagavad Gita means the song of God. So that's what the literal meaning of Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita is the purest knowledge. There is nothing else is purer than this Bhagavad Gita. Nahi jnanena sadrsam pavitram ika vidyate. And Bhagavad Gita is the king of knowledge. It is the most confidential knowledge. It is the king of secrets. So Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. So that's what is Bhagavad Gita. So the knowledge what we are getting by going to schools and the colleges and schools, universities, all those things are all Jada Vidya. So that is the knowledge about the matter. So whatever we see in the periodic table, and of course about anything, even if you do something like economics or history or whatever we do, or finance, everything is related to this material world. Everything is related to Jada Vidya. But Bhagavad Gita is the Raja Vidya because it is the knowledge about our soul, our self. So Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge about our self. So by studying this Bhagavad Gita, then we are going to understand ourselves. That's why Krishna is saying that Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmyam. So one should be able to realize the self with the knowledge. We can directly perceive ourself. So that's what Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmyam. And it can be joyfully performed. Susukam Kartam. When we study Bhagavad Gita, because we are understanding about ourselves and we are knowing about ourselves, we are getting the knowledge, and that is going to bring us so much happiness. So Susukam Kartam, and it is the everlasting knowledge, Avyayam. It is always there. So that's what Bhagavad Gita is about. So now, I think the second question, it is related to same thing, Bhagavad Gita and what is described in Bhagavad Gita, which I just now explained. So Bhagavad Gita talks about, explains that we are not the body, we are the soul. And Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that we are struggling very hard in this material world. This material world is a place of miseries, and it is a temporary miserable place. And we are stuck inside this material body. And by using this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, by surrendering unto Krishna, by rendering devotional service unto Krishna, we should gain the intelligence. And using that intelligence, we should control our mind. And using that mind, we should control our senses. And when our senses are controlled and our mind is controlled, so then we will be able to transcend the three modes of material nature. We will be able to receive the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's what is going to happen with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Then we will be freed from the bondage to birth and bondage to work, Janma Bandha and Karma Bandha. We will be freed. So now the last question. What is the last question, Prabhu?
What is the secret of chanting 16 mala daily?
Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So in this sixth chapter, Dhyana Yoga, Krishna is explaining very, very clearly that we need to control our mind. Without controlling our mind, we cannot achieve yoga. So we need to control our mind. So that's what Krishna said very clearly. Because when Arjuna told Krishna that it is very difficult to control the mind, because the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very, very strong. So that's what Arjuna said. And Krishna agreed. It's very difficult. Undoubtedly, it is very difficult to curb the restless mind. Krishna also agreed. But Krishna said very clearly in Bhagavad Gita that without controlling the mind, so we cannot achieve the yoga. That's what we need to understand. So Krishna in the sixth chapter, sloka number 36, Krishna said that asamyatat mano yogo dusprapa iti me mati vasyatmanatu yatata sakyo vaptum upayata. So without controlling the mind, asamyatat mano yogo dusprapa iti me mati. So we cannot achieve yoga. So yoga means being equal in both success and failure. So if we achieve yoga, then only we can get liberated from this material world. So without ourselves achieving yoga, we cannot free ourselves from this material bondage. So for that, we need to achieve yoga. But Krishna said that without controlling the mind, we cannot achieve yoga. Asamyatatmano yoga. So that's why for one whose mind is unbridled, so that means for one whose mind is not controlled, self-realization is difficult work. But he whose mind is controlled and who strives by appropriate means is assured of success. So that is my opinion. So the answer for the chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is to control our mind. So that is the only way we can control our mind, by sitting straight, by keeping our body, neck and head straight in the straight line. Samam Kaya Siro Grivam Dharayan Achalam Sthiragam. Sampreksha Nasikagram Swam, just looking at towards the tip of the nose. Sampreksha Nasikagram Swam. This is Chan Avalokayan. Prasantatma Vigattabigi Brahmachari Vrate Sitaga Manasamyamya Machito Yukta Asita Matpara. So we need to control our mind. So that's why this chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So at that point of time, we should chant Hare Krishna and just focus our mind on the sound vibration, nothing else. So we just focus our mind on the sound vibration, then we will be able to control our mind. So that's why this chanting is a very, very scientific process. So it's very important. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji, for the wonderful answer.